trying to retool what we're doing. Yeah, it's coming up with every grandiosity. We are there. We have to move on. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Agulu, Professor Agulu, your chairman. Without biology, I wouldn't have been a vet doctor. And before I gained admission into University of Nigeria in Soka, I taught biology class 5 and class 4 after my advanced level. You know, they don't know what is advanced level these days. You know what I'm talking about? They don't know what it is these days. And some of my students, and that is the power of being a teacher or being a lecturer. See your children grow, towering above you. And I tell you, for 1 year, I taught that biology. I have up to 4 professors in biologically related disciplines, including a medical doctor. That's the power of education. So I give it to you, Mr. Chairman. Prof, my father, a dependable father, in my far-reaching advocacy while I was MVMS too. I thank Benue MVMA for giving me this opportunity. And you know, you people believe that Dr. Abu was the vice president of Nigeria Veterinary Medical Association. Am I lying? Yeah, sorry. You said?
He's now Professor.
Professor Abu. So, like, that is life for us. And I am introducing these people to you so that you'll be like them tomorrow. I am introducing them to you so that you go above them tomorrow. As the teacher they are, including Professor Guru. And I want to also tell you, Professor Guru, I offered 4 biological courses in the university my first year. Bio 151, 152, 153, and 154. On various stanzas, before I could be allowed to do preclinicals and then clinicals. You know, when we throw away some courses, I'll just be laughing. They are the fundamental, and we must accept that. I left Onitsha yesterday by 8 p.m. and arrived here at 5:45 in the morning. Left my house in Okija by 8 a.m. Because of the sit at home, we left very late. But as I was going, a lot of things were coming into my mind. And that's why I always like speaking extempo. Because as I'm falling in here, some speeches are coming into my head. What I'll do to package today. I was discussing with my fellow passengers. So it was not a wasted journey. Though we had some banditry here on the road. Benue is sitting on money. Quote me any day. Not only that I'm a Nigerian citizen, I'm a British citizen. And I travel far and wide. And I see foodstuffs in African shops, Asian shops. I've not seen anyone from Benue. You cannot run a government, a people's economy, by depending on money from federation accounts alone. You must grow your economy. I was asking my fellow passengers from TIV, from Idoma, from Nasarawa, what is happening to Benue in terms of banditry. They told me immediately NNPC's depot was shut down. Many workers were laid off. And what do you want them to do? Without planning. That's what we do without planning. That's our country for us. And they entered into armed robbery. Is it by design? Is it by short-sightedness? We stopped up to 4 times in the night because they said they were in front. So we should, in retrospect, do a foundational study before we put up our policies. Look at Benue. Look at Cameroon. Is there any economic connect between Benue and Cameroon, Republic of Cameroon? And every country wants to stay at the border so that they can sweep the economy across, back and forth. That's why countries like Benin Republic are enjoying. People in Badagry are enjoying because there is Benin Republic. What I'm saying here, I can't fathom it. Benue has world-class soya. Where is Tarako made today? What happened to it? What was it doing to fail? I was enjoying more beer. I'm a historical personality. I was enjoying more beer brewed by Benue breweries. I am going to anchor all this I'm saying with veterinary medicine. And there's no disconnect in my speech with what we have today. I am driving somewhere with maize, with sorghum, with millet. You can bring out malted drinks. You can bring out VM from agriculture. And with a supporting livestock economy, producing fecal waste. If I'm an animal and my job is to produce fecal waste for the crop industry, and I am not healthy, would I produce it? I'll produce diarrhea. Is it not true? Or I will even die. I will not even produce at all. I'm just trying so that you don't think I am making a detour to nowhere. I'm trying to get to a base where we discuss foundation on what is happening to us. And then ask ourselves some basic questions. Have we asked ourselves, if the oil economy fails tomorrow, where are we heading to? How many states will survive? During Tinubu's regime in Lagos as the governor of Lagos, he was denied money from Federation account, and he was standing tall. Can you say it in up to 33 states in this country? Let us create states. There are many of them, even my local government, they want to be a state. But can it survive the tendencies and tenacity of being a state? Let's look at the survivability of our projects. Abuja had a master plan. I was discussing with Professor Oza. Abuja has a master plan and said, without involving my colleagues, because they wouldn't give that advice, that Kuje will be a cluster for poultry. When avian influenza came, it wiped out the poultry. How can you cluster poultry farms in a place? No. People who studied at least by the time I left the University of Nigeria in 1987, I studied epidemiology of this. I studied the infection needles. I studied drivers of epizootics when you talk about animal, which is epidemics when you deal with women. And something that is near is things that you cannot discuss. You see it happen at Federal Capital Territory, Federal Republic of Nigeria, because they are my colleagues, we are not involved. Okay, we're talking about food. Over 100,000 to 200,000 birds died as a result of avian influenza in Kuje. Is chicken not food? It is eggs they produce. The eggs they produce not food. And I'll say it again. Foundation of the growth of any livestock economy lies in veterinary medicine. I'm talking about food. And that's where the health revolves. If I'm a cow, I will not give you milk if I'm sick. Or I'll give you infected milk. I'll give you diseased milk. I'll give you tuberculosis. If I'm raised area where we have radiation, I'll give you radiation. I'm talking about what do you call it? I'm talking about gamma radiation, alpha radiation, beta radiation. So we should go back to the crucibles and ask ourselves some fundamental questions. What effort have we done? I've mentioned how we can bring animal that can give fertilizer, an organic fertilizer, which is the best fertilizer in the world. Go to the abattoir. They're using tire. My brothers and sisters, tire in the 21st century to flay animal. Meanwhile, we can establish with ruminant content, waste content from abattoir, we can have a biogas plant that can flay those animals. Is it a rock science? Is it a rock science? And the people are seeing it. And I'll tell you, if you eat it, you have traces of this iron, and then you can see your ecology. You're a biologist. You know what ecology is. In fact, one thing I knew I studied when I was reading biology was ecology. A lot of things in this disease we are talking, a lot of things revolves around ecology. And I'm going to revolve my topic with you, not even veterinary doctors. Because discipline should cohere. How many of these disciplines from animal science, veterinary medicine, biology will come together and put up a research topic that will drive this country? No, I'm a vet doctor, I'm a biologist, I'm an animal scientist. I was taught by Professor Anoba. I don't know whether many of you know him. He taught me animal nutrition, proximate analysis as pre-clinical studies in veterinary medicine. Today, animal scientists will tell you, I don't want to teach you because I don't want you to be a part. And the fundamental in animal prevention, disease prevention, is management. We are like human doctors in one or two areas, but we're not like them in 1 or 2 or 5 areas. And you don't know that when you break all these barriers, you bring in research grants, you bring in research school, you enjoy. If I narrow ourselves here, in the next 4 or 5 seconds now, this place will be filled up. By the time 2 of us start thinking, how as more people are coming, how we can accommodate them, we break this wall. As we are breaking this wall, more people are coming into the fray. So, I don't want to bedevil you with the studies you know, food chain. Let's drive to food wave, which is a more complex, coexistent food directional study. That's the food wave. And that's where I'm coming about the fertilizer you use to fertilize your crops. Benue has the best, oh my God, the best cassava. From cassava, it gets sweeteners called sorbitol, which you can use in making toothpaste, food sweeteners. I'm just moving a bit because you use it to make gari. That's why I didn't even want to mention gari. It's like telling you what you know. There are other complex things. It's starch, which you can get from what we call polysaccharides down to simple sugar, simple reducing sugar. And all the baseline products attached attached to it, which you can use in various industries. Where are our industries here? You have soya plant, soya. You have soya. Don't you know soya? Soya oil is the best oil. Soya oil is the best oil when it comes to cholesterol. You have palm kernel. You have palm industry. If you are passing, if you are looking, you see trailers trucking baskets, disposable baskets. When they come to deposit maybe cattle or one or two things, they need to move back. And as they are moving back, they need baskets. The same basket, you know, the only thing is land produced from the palm front. Do you have any economy that supports it? I know a village around my town that everybody is dependent one way to the other in basket weaving. And you see trailers coming to truck them because it is being needed. Those baskets. And I'm down to, I have discussed food processing. I don't think I've discussed food processing. I'm discussing food preservation. I have discussed food exportation. Oh, Ghana, Cameroon is number one. Cameroon pepper is well sought. And I know Soka pepper, which is a well sought pepper, the pepper. You know this yellow pepper. You know, it's like a food, it's a small ball. Those pieces are not the long ones. From Cameroon, from Kenya. What have you done to grow your economy? What have you done to industrialize the economy? And if you ask me, I say, go to Tarakome. You see what you have done to produce, to improve on your economy. I passed there yesterday. It's an eyesore on itself. And one stupidity thing, one terrible thing we have in this country, and before God and man, when discovering with you, and you're talking by God. I thank God by NYSC, I was rejected in Nigeria Agric and Cooperative Bank. 2 vet doctors posted. They look at our names, they take one and dropped one. That is me. They have seen my name, they have seen where I'm from. But unfortunately for them, those people that, if I see them, I'm going to buy them drinks because they kept me where I am today. It gave me impetus to struggle. Okay, the guy they took, where is he today? He thought they were doing him. It made me to start my practice right from NYS to when it comes to the level of importation. And then I'm looking, organizing myself for export. This thing we are doing, Naira. Naira is a chicken chain, it's a cheap fish. In 1991, I used, let me just tell you where we're heading to. In 1991, I used 14 Naira 50 kobo to buy $1. That is 14,500 Naira. Gave me $1,000. And in the bank, in the school, the economists were stupidly told that money is a store. But if I keep that 14,000 Naira in 1991, thinking that it will give me $1,000, today it's giving me $8 from 1,000. No amount of dollar you bring in a consuming country like Nigeria, they want to import everything, including to that you will not sell. What have you done in our efforts? You see, I don't want everybody scribbling, and I have told myself for 38 years I've been in this practice. I've asked myself, it's a time for me to move into other aspects of life. Let me see what is happening there, especially in export. Isegwe is number one in quality control of exported products, agri-products in this country, from Dover. I saw his picture. It's not about brandishing his picture. What have you made out of it? Saudi Arabia is our gold. I've told you. Any quantity you produce, they eat. What have we done to produce goods you can consume locally? Even the one locally is how much? Now, there are some places they're selling one gold 120,000, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000. If you produce 100, and more especially if you have the prolific breed, our texture, when I was NDPMA president, Amali will be a witness. 7 veterinary doctors were posted for the first time in military center. They had 45. He was the one I called that coming to Makurdi for their 6 months training. And that brings us to another aspect, because when I came on board, I needed something I would do different. How do we expand our space that is being in a very tense situation, congealed situation? Meanwhile, the wildlife is there, the health is there, the security tension is there. I remember when I arrived at Atlanta, Georgia, in 2005. I was, because no, he's showing right? Yes. One time then I had my second son. I carried all those green vegetables. Immediately I arrived at the conveyor belt. Then I brought my things out. One woman from China with Chihuahua, which they clothed, they called it plant protection. That is what they clothed the Chihuahua. You know, the clothes for Chihuahua is very, that's almost the tiniest dog. As the woman was, do you have green vegetables? Yes, I was telling her that I don't have green vegetables. The dog is telling her that I have. The dog was just working, and the woman was telling me, are you sure what you're saying? Because the signal I'm getting from the dog means that you have it. And that dog is trained to sniff out vegetables. We have security tension in the country. People are carrying ammunition. We don't have sniffer dogs that can sniff them out as they are passing, even when they're outside. Yesterday, I just collected 100 naira, 200 naira. Not the military, the police. Sorry. Not the no. I'm a very good person. All the military will do is to open and look. As is, and then what is he going to see that night? Even if you be moved inside the bed, there are some gadgets you use, scanners you use, animals you use to detect their missions in this country. Wherever they are, they will go there and rotate. And if like that dog who sniffed out the vegetable, then eventually I open, the woman just passed by your hand. You might just pass by your hand. You know when you are wife husband, when you have or prof, you know what I mean. When your wife has a child, and for example, when your wife has a child, you know there's this. Let me get this, get that, get this, get that. I was getting all those things. Anyway, some of them were. Bitter leaf was not trash because according to the woman, it's processed. So any non-processed, even a egusi, if you don't grind it, they throw it away. The meat products don't say, because they don't want you to bring infection into their ecosystem. So what I'm trying to drive, I don't want to drive to what we know. I want to drive what we know, but we're not putting proper perspective to it. I mentioned basket. I mentioned farm products. That's the economy of Malaysia today. By 1970, I was in primary 3. I was told Nigeria was #1 producer of palm products by 1970. Where are we today? Because we saw oil that will come today and go to work. Money from Federation account. That's what's killing this country. Destroying ingenuity. I have a lady, my classmate in higher school. Because I believe in giving stories. Prof, listen to me, sir. And I'll tell you, we soon have another election. Many people will die for some people who their children are packaged on. I asked this lady, we did higher school together. How come your two sisters and you are in America and your son, and your brother is in UK? He said when the father was the majority leader of the House of Assembly, that he packaged them out of the country. Then somebody made you that majority leader. You use many people, pubs, agents. Where are those things? Is it not happening today, Paul? Makurdi, you are the chairman of this occasion. So take the heat. I think people should know when they are being used and destroyed. There are differences between being used and destroyed and being used and dumped. It's a fact. Their children are going abroad, staying abroad, having children abroad. In some countries, they give you passport immediately for the children. My governor will go to Onitsha and tell traders you must come to work. Meanwhile, when this bandit come, and he's coming with armored car. I'm talking about Professor Benito. I want it to be. He will go there with armored car. Meanwhile, the traders he was addressing will go there with keke and bike. I'm telling you, not even bulletproof car, armored car. He will come out of the armored car, driven by the army, telling them to come out. And then if you come out to open your shop, nobody, what he saw will come from or will go to Onitsha to buy anything on that day. Nobody from, because the market is an international market. People from Cameroon go there. They won't come. Are you going to bring them? So they will open their shop. There's nothing up to 1% of their patronage. Then traders will go to Akada. We're going to shop and they take it out just free. I'm going to hit. Where are his children? They have told him, come. If you see your child in Onitsha, going about in Onitsha that day, that Monday, will come out. Can you even force me to do what I don't want? It's not my business. If I'm not coming out, the economy is destroyed. You build the money, you build the economy. And the economy of Anambra State, I am saying it in Benue, do not start and end with buying and selling, which is the major economy now, because it has not been expanded to export. To free flow of industry. %80 of their raw materials are from abroad. 95% of milk we use in this country are imported, and milk products are imported. And by the way, Benue, you are not vegetarian. I've said it. Amani, you were here when I presented to your deputy governor, Honorable Stephen Lawan. I designed a food basket. Your food basket is only for vegetarians. I even designed it and you see even your vegetable items, pineapple, pawpaw, whatever, soya is there. But you still see pig, see goat, see sheep. So if they are building another one, follow them up. Because this is psychology of a people. We are the food basket of a country. I agree. Benue has Benue and Nasarawa. There was a day I was between Benue and Nasarawa when I was driving Discovery 2. 5,000 naira, I packed my boot. I went to Kaduna and started sharing yams. My family will not finish it, they will spoil. IITA is generating species of products that will not spoil naturally. Because part of the problem we have is because of spoilage, our beans is riddled with chemicals. And once it comes into an international company, it's not here. They collect money for lab, they won't do. They go to lab. There's a measure of the chemical they're looking for. There's food safety chemicals. If it goes beyond that, they will waste the whole thing, even if it's 40 feet container. But these things, Cameroon do it, Ghana do it, Togo do it. Why can't we do it? It's simple extension study. I am saying all this where I am grinding, where the fertilizer they use to produce those things are from animal. And who takes care of the health of that animal? Veterinary doctors. I don't know how many of you are on my platform. I mean, did you see when I went to Anambra Veterinary Clinic? You saw that. Is it not an insult to humanity? You saw it. It's an insult to humanity. In a country that wants to grow the livestock sector of the economy, which part of it is this fecal materials I'm talking about, fertilizer I'm talking about. We have that kind of job here. It looks like a mortuary. Are we cautious as a nation? So when I'm talking to Benue, I'm talking to Anambra State because I'm from Anambra State. It's the same thing elsewhere. We're looking for Taiwan in Africa at Anambra State. And I said it here, anybody who is discussing anything and bring my name in by bigotry, my brothers, God created you to be where you are. You didn't create yourself to be where you are. Why are you using it as an instrument of oppression? And if care is not taken, God created me. When I was born at Ubuta, western flank of Ubuta, in 1961, May 26th to be precise. The nearest mosque was in Ubuta. Will my father be taking me from Ubuta? There's a church there where he was the headmaster. Before he went to Torabe College to do for his degree program. Why should I use it, for goodness sake? I remember Solomon, are you here? I remember when Solomon called me, somebody is owing him 3.5 million. What did I do? Did I get that money or didn't I get the money? Sir. Eh? Yes, sir. Do I know you from your father? Do I know your tribe? Do I know your mother? I did it because you were human being. There's one Jacob Parker. I was the NVMA president. He came to my office from Idoma. If you don't weep, that means you are a devil incarnate. When you see that your man, as a colleague, you are a devil. If you don't weep, see that guy in a solid mood. Please. Well, the little cash I had, I said, I'm not giving you money, but I'll pay you 25,000 naira every month, not free. Go and look at for any veterinary concern in Abuja, where you can work for 3 months. My belief is that if these people don't pay you for 3 months and you're about to go and they have seen the flashes in you, they will employ you. I didn't know God was using it for another angle. In fact, his boss that was buried 2 weeks ago, Professor Oba of University of Makurdi. I don't know whether you know him. You know him. He was the one who set up that clinic before he was given a job at University of Makurdi. And the wife was handling it, who is not a vet. And when he went there, he changed a lot of things. Livestock fees came. In fact, the information I had is that the volume of sales of livestock feed has dropped, went up, and livestock feed getting a child. He became their manager in jobs. Take up that company. Then, now I learned that he has gotten another better job in Europe from jobs. What I saw was a sorry state of that life, that I am MVMA president, presiding over that association, and somebody I am presiding will not be eating, I am eating. God will not bless that food. We should be our brother's keeper. We should unite against hunger, pestilence, suppression, and not against religion, tribe. If anybody tries to do, I say I am a living example. Nigerian Agri and Cooperative Bank. Nigeria, not a sectional bank, but beneath that we are doing sectionalism. Where is that bank today? Where am I? They thought they want to punish me. So, the instrument of justice must be at play for any people to grow. I repeat, the instrument of justice and fair play, not by mouth, by the practicability of it, practicality of it, and not through lip service. I tried to join, anyway, thank God. Tried to join politics, went into ABC. The day I went there, I wanted to enter ABC. I spent 100,000 naira. My father will tell you that this small, I don't know what you call it, this small tiny bed. You are entering a forest, you see two tiny birds. Two tiny birds dead. That means something that is killing tiny birds inside the forest, inside. The one you are seeing is. You are giving me time. Where are you from? Time, sir. Then what do you do when I leave? With all these things I am vomiting, allow me to vomit more. Prof says living in the 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes. You can see her sitting with. Is it food you want to eat you have not eaten before? I nearly vomited food when I went to Amina's house. Your pounded yam. And then I tell you, I'm on 6, I'm going to indicate to be their guest speaker. Because last year I went there, I was pitying them, I didn't eat them. I don't want you to bring me here again. That means if you see the bill you will pay for my food, in that hotel you kept, that will make you not to bring me. And if I go to DK, I will eat more so that next time I'll free myself. I went there last year. This year they are bringing me. Say you speak good English. Well, I believe in sanity and decency of purposes. What we are talking about is veterinarians and guardian of food and health. And I think I spoke about health. I spoke about food because if you don't have enough food, you won't be healthy. You want to ask me this question, I was born in 1961. In 1967, war started. In 1969, 68, I saw people dying of kwashiorkor in drones. So if you want to tell, I'll tell you that when you eat good food, you won't die in time. They were dying in drones from kwashiorkor, marasma. So food is important, and we are hearing to engineer this food production so that people don't go into kwashiorkor. But it looks like it has been creeping into this country. God, please save Nigeria, save Benue State, save all of us. On this note, yeah, we have spoken about the chairman has talked about infections together about food. But one thing I will tell you, I was asked in Channel by Mariam Yusuf. their health correspondent. About 60%. I don't go to Google chatbot or AI. I am on the ground. I say 60% of diseases are shared between animal and man. And I told them that is on the average, if you're talking about the mean. But if you're talking about the median, for those of you who are thorough in statistics, then you will know that if you add the subhuman primates, you might end up getting 95%. And that is where Congo is a leech for Ebola. Because all the monkeys, look at all the monkeys in the world live in Congo. All the subhuman primates live in Congo. But on this stretch, please, I have spoken about Benue, what they do to grow their economy so that the GDP will grow. The country, I've never even spoken, if you give me time, talk about canning of palm wine. The British man will bring one product and get 20 products. Our own will go and waste it, spoil, we throw away because we don't have facilities to preserve them and process them. You see how I linked our food web, and thank you for inviting me. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for articulating and vibrating before the public. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we heard him very well. And I believe we go home and do what we are supposed to do as citizens of this great country. A round of applause for him, please. In Nigeria, we believe in information. So he has provided a lot for us to learn. And I've learned too, as an MC, and I believe I will make use of it. So therefore, all of us were urged to take his speech very serious so that it will help us all. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much of our time, I'd like to go into another segment, which is the presentation of honors.
Sorry.
I told you earlier that our chairman, Veterans Council, gave us 30 minutes. I pleaded. We already have exhausted that, so I want to appeal that we'll take the investiture, which is going to be the father to conduct that, and then we'll take the honors and move to the other things. But before then, the